legit.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Venetia Alexander Marshall and welcome. If you're new here, hi, how are you? Don't forget hit the subscribe button at the bottom and make sure you're clicking the notification bell so every time I'm uploading a new video, you are notified. We are going to do yet another makeup look, but this is going to be a makeup look featuring products that are currently being talked about. So yeah, I'm going to be bringing you a few videos like that. So when it comes to testing makeup, testing new makeup, I am saving those for my TikToks. So if you're not following me on my beauty TikTok, I always leave my beauty TikTok in the bottom of the description box. Because baby, let me tell you, I've been testing some makeup. And these are more of the newer products that you have been seeing lately. Some of the newer releases. Those are the makeup products I have been testing. So some of these I am bringing for you guys. Just so we can get a feel of it. Let me know in the comments if you have any of these products. But these are some of the products that people have been talking about lately within the last couple of months. And the products that I have been testing, these are products that are new releases. People are talking about it now and so forth and so forth. So come on. Let's do this makeup look featuring recently released products. As always, I do have my handy dandy mirror with me. Primer is first. I don't remember. No, I do have a primer. I'm saving it for another testing new makeup video that I will be doing next week. Is it next week I'm going to do it? I'm debating between two brands. And both of these brands are talked about as we speak right now. As we speak right now. So I'm debating which one to do. But in the meantime, I'm going to go with the E.L.F. Power Grip Primer. There's a reason why I am using this primer. Yes, as you can see, I'm almost out. I know about the controversy with the edge control that they released. Ain't nobody like us. You can put us in the fold with the edge control. But that's all right, because see, I be wearing y'all Power Grip stuff, though. So yeah, let me go ahead and prime my face. Next is foundation. Okay. I know a lot of brands lately have been reformulating their foundations. And I'm getting ready to place an order for yet another foundation that has a new formula. But I need it because I like this foundation. I had to toss my other foundations out because they had long expired. But I never tried the original of this foundation. And a lot of people say I like the original better than this one. But then I'm getting some people saying they like this formula better than the other one. I never tried the original, so I can't really tell you nothing about it because I never had the original. And then I got the smaller one. The lip foundation high. I didn't get a full size. I got the smaller size. This is the Luminous foundation from Armani. Yeah, and as you can clearly see, this is the skinnier bottle of this. But baby, the full size was like 60 something. Was like $60. This was $48. Yes. So the shade I have, I'm going to tell you why I have this shade. I thought it would work. I was able to make it. This is number 13. And I'm going to tell you now, it is a hair too dark. Like a hair. But y'all, even though it was a hair too dark, I made it work. I actually made this little foundation work. I really did. I actually had shocked myself with this foundation. So yeah, it is a hair too dark, just like a hair, like literally a hair too dark. But I wore this foundation to work for a few days and I still got a very beautiful finish at the end of the day and it worked out just fine. Now again, I can't compare it with the original formula because again, I did not have the original formula because so many brands are changing their formulas because of the new regulations from the EU that have come out. So that's why a lot of the brands are changing the formula because it's a particular product that is banned, so they can't use it. So I did wear this. I initially applied this with a brush and because I knew this was going to be too much. Now, as you can clearly see, it's a little darker, but I'm telling you, I ended up making this work. I really did. Like I said, I wore it for several days and the finish was awesome. The finish was awesome. Even after the end of the day, again, I always post what my makeup looks like at the end of the day on my TikToks after a full day of wearing the makeup. And at this time, I've worn the makeup for about 10 hours. And the makeup was still looking really, really good. I'm not disappointed with it. I'm also not really disappointed with the shade. This is a shade that's more of my summer shade. So just like the foundation I have from House Labs, same but House Labs. The House Lab foundation, it is a hair too dark, but when it's in the summer and I've gotten darker, it is a perfect match for me. So this is what the foundation looks like. And yes, it is very luminous and it was very enjoyed. It was enjoyable for my skin, being that I do have dry skin. Actually, y'all, this is my first time applying it with a sponge because I had been applying it with a brush. And even with the brush, it looked really, really good. So next is concealer. I talked about concealer. I'm going from high-end / luxury back to drugstore. Very talked about concealer. This is the Soft Glam Concealer from E.L.F. Yes, this was $5. And yes, I did pair this foundation with this $5 concealer. And I'm just going to say, it worked out just fine. It worked out perfectly fine. I also wore this concealer with the foundation, also from E.L.F. And I liked it better with this foundation from Armani, believe it or not. So what I do with the concealer, I pair it with several foundations. I paired it with the Armani foundation and then I paired it with the E.L.F. foundation. It was still good. I don't know. It's just, and it also could have been because this foundation is a little bit darker, just like a hair darker, and that shade from E.L.F., it is my right shade. And that could have been why I liked it. It ended up being like a really good balance between the concealer and the foundation. Now, it did not crease on me. I wore it all day. I've worn it, again, just like the foundation, I wore it for several days. And I liked it. I really did like it. Now, will it be a concealer that will replace my other concealer, the Camo 16-Hour Wear Concealer? The hydrated one, not necessarily, because I'm actually almost out of that concealer. I need to get another one. And I think they still carry that one. That concealer is very full coverage. So this is what the foundation and concealer looks like. And I did pair this with the pink setting powder from Huda Beauty, and it did just fine. It really did do just fine. So this is what the finish looks like. And unless you say something to somebody that only the foundation is high end and the primer and the concealer is drugstore, you can't tell. And yes, this concealer does act like a high-end concealer. And again, it did really well on my long wear test. And again, yes, wore it for a few days. So I'm not going to set the face just yet. Next is bronzer. Contour, whatever, bronzer, whatever y'all want to say. I been picked this up. I just finally opened it. This is the contour from Rare Beauty. I'm not gonna lie. Now, you know the products from Rare Beauty are extremely pigmented. But I have worn this and it did not mess up my face at all. Yeah, this is more of a contour because this is more of a cooler shade on me. And of course, you know, with Rare Beauty, you have to be very careful with a product because they are very, very, very pigmented. We're going to go ahead and blend this out with my sponge. I can't find my angled brush. Must be dirty. So we're going to go ahead and blend this. Yeah, okay. I'm kind of glad I did. Yeah. Because I keep saying, you know how pigmented our products are. Look. Baby. And this is to try and shoot this out. Now, again, I put this on knowing doggone where the foundation is a hair darker. So I'm trying to make myself be more darker, but no, I'm not. But this, I wore this, again, did a wear test on it. And my contour lasted. The makeup lasted. I've actually worn this for other occasions and it didn't do me wrong. But yeah, her products are extremely pigmented. If you're not familiar with anything from Rare Beauty, it's like Juvia's Place. I mean, it kind of irks me because people get so upset about how pigmented Juvia's Place is, but you don't say nothing about Rare Beauty. But we know why. So again, contour is not bad. It does look harsh at first, and yeah, you have to take it easy. I think I went a little bit too much with the contour, but it works, and I really do enjoy the contour. All right, I have already set my entire face, so now we're going to go in with powder bronzer and powder blush. Again, more very heavily talked about products. I am going with the Skin Enhancer Bronzer from Covergirl. And I'm also going to go in with the Skin Enhancer Blush, also from Covergirl. I had to get used to this. It was like, it wasn't really showing up on my face. And I was like, well, where is it? I didn't see it. It took me a while, but it finally peeked through. So, and it is a glowy product. So this is the kind of pigment that you get. What shade I have? This is number 320 Caramel Truffle. That is the shade I have for the Skin Enhancer Bronzer from CoverGirl. I got these from Amazon. And the reason why I ended up going to Amazon is because it was sold out everywhere else. I even went to Ulta, sold out. Went to Walmart, sold out. It was sold out. So yes, this does have a glow to it. And all I'm doing with that is just kind of enhancing that contour, but it also giving me a little bit of sheen as well. And you can see the little bit of sheen on top of that. It does have some pigment, but it doesn't have enough pigment for me the way that the blush, also from CoverGirl, has, because the blush, y'all, let me tell you, I'm about to put this blush on. Y'all finna see why. Y'all finna see why. So this shade I have is Strawberry Drizzle. That is the shade that I have, Strawberry Drizzle. All you need is a little bit. So I had wore this blush and went, yikes. So here's, oh yeah, here's the blush. And again, just like the bronzer, it gives some sheen and you can see the sheen. It's like a blush highlighter in one in a baked formula. I have thoroughly enjoyed the blush more than the bronzer. I have enjoyed the blush more than a bronzer. Now this product we're going to try out for the first time. I was supposed to try it out along with the E.L.F. Where is it? The concealer. This is the, what is this? The Halo Glow Silky Powder Highlighter. Here it is. It's still in the package. I ain't never took out the package. And yes, I also did, speaking of E.L.F., I did purchase the concealer brush, also from E.L.F. It's pretty good. I like it. Is it a favorite of mine? The answer is no. I have a couple of concealer brushes that I do consider a favorite, particularly one. And believe it or not, I got it from Amazon and paid next to nothing for it. So I just took this out the package. We're fixing to try this out for the first time because I have not worn this at all, as you can clearly see. What shade did I get? What's the shade? Me trying to read this with no glasses on, knowing doggone well I can't see. I have no glasses on. But it's more like the copper shade. It came in 2 shades. So this is more like a copper shade. Now this is supposed to be the dupe for the Rare Beauty. And the Rare Beauty ones, they break so easily. So let's see what this is talking about. Okay. Nice little shimmer there. Okay. Okay. Definitely a nice little topper. If it's not enough glow for you with this blush from CoverGirl, this is pretty good. I will say this gives you a run for your money. To say I'm not really into highlighters anymore, and I know highlighters are now making a comeback, this is not bad. Okay. I'm gonna wear this a few times and see how I like it. This was a product, I didn't open it, I know why. Because I was going to work testing makeup and I did not want to wear no highlighter to work. So I did not wear any highlighter. All All right, so I have not been wearing any mascara, no eyeshadow or anything like that because I didn't really see anything to try out. So I am going to set the face with the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Setting Spray. This has become a favorite. I wore this setting spray with this foundation from Armani. And when I tell you, locked it up. And I love the finish with this. I really did love the finish of this foundation. If y'all haven't picked up this setting spray from Danessa Myricks, what you waiting on? All right, last but not least, lip. Yeah, I had to heavily, as you can clearly see, I have lined my lips because I made a mistake this week when I was testing some new makeup. So, when I go to work, particularly products on my lips, I am very, very, very careful with products I put on my lips. So, I decided that it would be a good idea to put on one of the most talked about lipsticks on my lips. And I know I stuck out like a sore thumb. Luckily, nobody asked me about the lip product that I was wearing. Thank goodness nobody asked. But I had to tone it down with a lip oil. I had to. So I do have a gloss up here that I'm going to tone it down with. You're going to understand why. This is the heavily talked about lipstick from L'Oreal in the shade Ballerina Shoes. I saw someone on TikTok, again, of the melanated kind, with this very lipstick. This is what it looks like. And as you can clearly see, it is very pink. And I wore this sucker to work. And can I tell you, my lips said shine bright like a diamond. So if you're not familiar with the shade number, it's number 135. And the shade is Ballerina Shoes. This thing is sold out everywhere. I got this on Amazon. That's how I had to get this. I got it from Amazon. So I put it on. Still gives that same L'Oreal lipstick smell. And it's satin. This is why my lips are heavily lined. Yeah. This is why my lips are heavily lined. Look how pink this is. I wore this. So imagine me wearing this to work. And I work in an office. Luckily, nobody said nothing. But this is a product. I would have to heavily line. I would have to heavily line this so I don't stick out. And this is going to be a lipstick I will wear like when I'm going out somewhere. I'm going to top it with a gloss because that's what I had to do with this. When I saw this, I went, ooh, this is too pink for work. And same thing, I didn't have any mascara on, didn't have any eyeshadow on, nothing like that. But man, this lip, I'm fixing to tone it down. So see, with me toning it down the way that I did, it looks better. But it gives like that little hint of pink. But yeah, this would be one of those lipsticks just for like going out. And this was actually like a lipstick shade. I had similar, but it wasn't as shimmery. And I could pair it really, really well with a brown liner. And the lipstick component broke. I was so mad. And it was a L'Oreal lipstick that, yeah, it is sold out. So for my more melanated ladies, if you want this in the shade Ballerina Shoes, you better have you a very good brown lip liner and a very good gloss. Because, yes, this is pink. This is pink. But, again, I was able to tone it down. This is like more of an after five. For me, personally, more of an after five lip that I would wear. So yeah, I'm not disappointed with the foundation. I'm not going to get another shade, anything like this. The shade is more of my summer shade. That's how I'm treating this. So I would really I match myself to whatever shade number that Jackie Aina wears. And she was like 11.40. And I think that would be more of my exact shade. So this is more of my summer shade. But can I make it work? The answer is yes. I can definitely make this work. The concealer from E.L.F. This is a very good concealer. You would never know that this is a $5 concealer. And again, in the times that we're in right now, these kind of concealers are much better to talk about than this $48 foundation. Again, this $48 because this is the smaller one. The bigger size of this foundation was $60. I ain't spending $69. I ain't spending $48. But this was $5. So I like that. The bronzer and the blush also from Covergirl. This blush, I like the blush more than the bronzer. I'm going to continue to play with the bronzer, but this blush, I absolutely love it. It is pigmented, the whole 9 yards. Go pick it up. Again, I had to play with this a little bit more before I saw some of the pigment, and some of the pigment did finally come out. The contour from Rare Beauty, absolutely enjoy. Again, you know her products are very, very pigmented. I would say be very light-handed, because luckily I was able to tone it down a little bit once I set my face and so forth and added additional products. I was able to tone this down some. So yeah, just be careful with the contour. But other than that, this is a good makeup look compared to what happened last week. But that's all right. I'm doing a redemption of the Five Below Dollar Tree makeup look. I'm doing a redemption because in that video, I did my base with a concealer. Totally forgot I had bought a foundation from Five Below. I had bought a foundation from Five Below and I forgot. So we're going to redeem ourselves from that makeup look. We're going to redeem ourselves. So that is it. This is the final look featuring some products that people have been talking about lately. These are more new releases. So that is it. This is the final look. With that being said, this is Venetia Alexander Marshall. I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.